guys, it's Annie Margarita Yang with AnnieYangFinancial.com. Today, I would like to introduce to you a company that can save you up to 92% in fees when receiving ACH payments from your customers in QuickBooks Online. Prior to April 12, 2021, receiving ACH payments in QuickBooks Online from your customers used to be free, or 50 cents. I don't know which one, but based on the forum post I was reading from back then, it was either one of them. And the new fee structure for receiving ACH payments in QuickBooks Online is now at 1% of every dollar that you process, capped at $10 in fees. So that means if you're processing $1,000, you're going to pay 1%, which is $10, and anything over $1,000 is going to be just capped at $10 in the fee. Paying 1% of your revenue in fees just to receive payments from your customers is very expensive, and I believe that there should be a more accessible and affordable way to receive money from your customers. I really believe that small businesses in the United States need to move away from receiving checks in the mail. It's an extremely slow form of receiving money, and it just doesn't help your cash flow at all. On top of that, it requires a lot of manual data entry. When a check comes in, you have to mark your invoices as paid. Somebody, if you're paying like an entry-level bookkeeper or an accountant here in the greater Boston area, you're gonna be paying $25 an hour for somebody to record and cash the check. So there really needs to be an affordable way to receive money from your customers online without any extra data entry. So what I did was I compiled a list of 110 merchant processors for receiving ACH payments. I remember, I think I searched sometime back in October of 2021 into Google on like the first 2 pages. I compiled this list, something about like receiving ACH payments or ACH merchant processor. And there were a whole bunch of like listicles, like top 20 or top blah, blah, blah. I took down the names of those companies into an Excel sheet, and this list ended up being about 110 companies long. After I sorted everything alphabetically and removed all the duplicates from my Excel sheet, and I went on the official websites of those companies to look for pricing. Only a handful of them included their prices very publicly and transparently on the website. A lot of them said, call to get a quote. Now, I can go over that in a future video, but I just want to tell you, I actually went ahead and I emailed every single company on that list. I emailed, I called, I filled out their contact forms for a quote, and about 60 companies got back to me. This was like a whole month process of calling and emailing every single company. I was just about to give up because I went down alphabetically, and finally I came across the company called ExpressPay, and they're so on the bottom of the list because their company name starts with X. But I'm very happy I didn't give up because their fees are extremely affordable, and they are a small company based in upstate New York, and I think they're great. They sync with QuickBooks Online. They don't sync with QuickBooks Desktop. I'm very sorry about that. Basically, you send your invoice as normal, and when you send the invoice out in the email, you just include their link that they provide to you, and you just tell your customers, click here to pay. They click there, go on the website, and they pay their invoice through there, and immediately after they pay, it will automatically mark the invoice in your QuickBooks Online system as paid. Nobody has to manually go in and record that they paid via ACH. It's all just done in the back end, so which is why I really love this company. I'm going to be very transparent. I have to do this mandatory disclosure. ExpressPay is not sponsoring me to do this video, but I do make a small commission because I became a referral partner after I fell in love with their company. I'm not gonna be rich doing this. I'm making not even pocket money. I would say I'm gonna be making pocket change in commissions for every referral that I bring in. But if you decide to go with them, I do highly recommend you go through my website so that they know I referred you, so that you can at least give back to my channel for all the free and valuable content that I provide to you guys. So I'm going to go over what their fees are. I did not memorize it, so I have to look at the screenshot from my phone. The fee is a one-time $199 setup fee. No problem with that. A lot of those companies that I contacted also had a one-time setup fee similar to ExpressPay, and they have 3 options on top of that. So it's $10 a month plus 70 cents per transaction for 4 business day availability, or $10 a month plus 80 cents per transaction for 2-day business availability. and $10 a month plus 90 cents per transaction for 1-day business availability. You guys don't need to write this down. I actually made a calculator that you can access on my website, and on this calculator you can put approximately how many transactions you're going to process every single year and the average amount per transaction, and this calculator will spit out approximately how much money you would pay QuickBooks in fees versus how much you would pay ExpressPay. And you'll see very clearly how much money you're able to save by going with ExpressPay instead. And I want to go over my title on why you're going to save approximately 92% or up to 92% in fees. I didn't do that just for clickbait. So when I was doing my research back in October, I was actually doing this to set up for a brokerage company, a real estate brokerage company. Basically, the company collects deposits from people who want to move into a new apartment. We need to collect first month, last month, and security and a broker fee before anyone is able to move into their brand new apartment. These people are on payment plans. So every month they pay just 1 month's worth of rent. So in the first month, they'll pay first month rent, second month, they'll pay last month rent, third month security deposit, fourth month the broker fee. A lot of these people, when they rent an apartment, they have roommates. I was estimating at the time that they would be paying approximately $1,000 per head, so $1,000 per room, and each person would be paying into their own, portion of their rent, $1,000. So that's 1,000 transactions times average of $1,000 per transaction equals $1 million. So in this example, the company, if we were to use QuickBooks Online by default, we would be paying $10,000. But because I came across ExpressPay, I calculated that we would be paying approximately $800 in fees every year to process $1 million in volume. $800 versus $10,000, you're saving up to 92% in fees. That was my hypothetical example, but I think I'm actually pretty accurate. So we are about 4.5 months in, and I would argue that my hypothetical estimates that were based on 2 years of historical data from the company were actually quite accurate. So right now we've been using ExpressPay for 4.5 months. So I have 4.5 months of ExpressPay data to deal with here, and we have processed 135 transactions, averaging $1,276. When you multiply that out based on the system report that they provided me in the online portal, we've processed $172,000 so far. And I took a look at how much money we paid in merchant processing fees ever since then. So we got charged for November, December, January, February, and March. And we are 2 weeks into March before we get charged again in April. So we're not fully there yet, but we paid so far $139 in fees. I saved the company a lot of money, right? Instead of paying, I don't know how much was QuickBooks. So with real data to work with from ExpressPay, if I use that ExpressPay data, we would have been paying QuickBooks Online so far $1,350. If you're excited to learn more about ExpressPay after watching this video, I highly recommend you click on the link in my description box below, and that link will take you to the page where you can use my estimated savings calculator. And on the bottom of that calculator, there's going to be a contact form, and I want you to fill out the contact form, and that will shoot me an email, and then I will forward your contact information over to my contact at ExpressPay, and that's how they will know that I referred you over to their company. I don't think that they have any those specific, like you click this affiliate link and then you become my referral. So I'm gonna have to do it this way, where you fill out the contact form and go through there. You can actually just take me out of the picture and skip me and go around me and just go straight to ExpressPay and call them and become a customer without ever mentioning AnnieYangFinancial.com. But again, I spent an entire month doing research for this and taking my time to make this video for you for free, and I'm going to save you, I don't know, a few $1,000s. So I would really appreciate it if you became my referral. Okay, that's it for you guys today. If you're watching this video and you happen to be in the real estate industry, I highly encourage you to go over to AnnieYangFinancial.com, where you can find more valuable information. I offer accounting and bookkeeping services only for the real estate industry, so please be sure to check out AnnieYangFinancial.com. And you can also book a free consultation with me using my link over here, AnnieYangFinancial.com/appointments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content in the future. Make sure to hit that bell icon for the notifications when the video comes out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.